I have a tumbler that says this. You guys have any tumblers in your collection like that?
Oh, wow. It's kind of cold, and I want to say almost in bad form to go revert to the, oh, yeah, but one time my team won something that your team hasn't. I like to live in the now. That's just
Do
it.
you guys have one of these? It's called the championship ring, and that one happens to have my name on it.
I'm sorry.
So
Todd,
what position
LA
did you play in that Super Bowl?
Oh, this is baseball. I batted 248, 12 dongs, stole a couple bags, 48 ribeyes. And this was the year. Notice last name. That's a basketball. Not bad.
Oh, so you're talking about you actually achieved and earned these.
Champions.
Oh, those are actually yours. You didn't buy these stupid replicas.
They have my name. No,
He's got the stupid replicas too, for sure. But he earned these, damn it.
They fit. They fit me, see?
How come you don't go out and like wear all of your high school championship rings?
You're like the guy that rocked his tassel on his rearview mirror for like 5 years after high school.
No, the garter you got from the girl at prom,
yeah.
26, still dangling on the rearview mirror.
No, I would never do something as foolish as, hang on to my Outstanding Student Leadership Award from 1985, I believe it was.
I wasn't even born yet. Oh God! I have to admit, Todd, I was that fool that hung my graduation tassel in my rearview mirror.
For a long high school graduate, because based on your driving, it was up in the air. It was questionable.
It was high school graduation, and then when I graduated college, then I put my Central Michigan University one there for a hot minute.
Who's got your garter still like hanging on their mirror, Kay?
Lord only knows. Maybe you have it.
No, wasn't me. No, I seem to remember at prom, I also got a participation trophy, if you know what I'm saying. That was a ribbon hanging on my rearview mirror.
What was the theme of that prom? Hormones ahoy?
It's always something like dealing with like ships and stuff.
Maritime.
Dealing with water.
Dealing with semen.
Yeah. I didn't get lucky on my prom night. I broke up with my boyfriend on prom night, and he cried in the backyard.
Did you have your eyes set on somebody else, or what was the reasoning?
I just didn't like him anymore.
But you waited till after prom, right?
I needed a date to prom.
And to pay for dinner and the limo and whatever else.
See, that's the difference between you two and me, though. You guys were all busy like trying to fit in and hook up, and I was busy buying
his fucking rings from his
citizenship awards. Look at that. Todd Lyons, West Valley Junior High, March of '84.
Oh my God. It's the fact that he still has these out and
do not
ready.
Sakes. These are mementos of greatness that Todd has acquired over the years and has elevated him all the way. We knew he was going to do great things. He was destined, and it's just all been like this up until the point where he finally got here.
I need to break out this greatest hit.
Oh, yes, the bobblehead.
Who else has a bobblehead named after them here? I do not.
Yeah, I do not. I'll give you bobblehead. That is impressive.
Okay, so take your shot. The fucking Tigers won today. The Mariners didn't even play and got eliminated by not even playing.
That's actually pretty fitting for the season. Don't you think that kind of embodies the season?
It's a poetic, it's absolutely poetic.
It is a poetic sign-off for your season, and I apologize, but I obviously don't apologize that much as I'm wearing my Detroit Tigers sweatshirt. I've changed my microphone topper to orange.
And J-Man Troy, how tenuous are the Twins' playoff chances right now?
Well, they were a half game ahead of your Mariners at the time, so
which ain't saying a whole lot.
No, well, again, they just absolutely did a downward spiral of epic proportions. I was talking to other Twins fans the other day, and like, this will go down in the Minnesota sports lore as one of the greatest unravelings in all of Minnesota sports, because about a month ago, there was no question they're making the playoffs. It's just, are they the AL Central champs, or are they just one of the wild cards, and which wild card spot? And now they need a fucking miracle to maybe get in. So it's
y'all put in a classic Detroit.
Yeah, right. We're playing like all of a sudden, like the script is flipped. All of a sudden, like we're the Tigers and they're the Twins, and it doesn't make any sense. And the Mariners, my God, Remember last season when it was like, man, that AL West is going to be tough. It's probably 2-3 playoff teams coming out of there. And turned out to be the AL Central and not the teams you thought. It's kind of wild.
I told Kay on WhatsApp, I would gladly trade her Tigers playoff berth for a Lions Monday Night Football win, which is coming up this coming Monday. But
well,
now,
you know what?
now that the Mariners have been eliminated, fuck the Lions. I hope we roll your asses so hard on national TV Monday night. I can't wait. In fact, I have a baseball jersey, but it's the Seahawk logo underneath my participation. I do have my Masochists Mariner shirt underneath. I am moving on from baseball. At the end of this podcast, baseball season is over, and the Seahawks kick the shit out of the Lions on Monday night.
Good prediction. I also predict a giant Duker getting dropped in the litter box, and it's going to be an off-white color. It's going to be a giant Seahawk turd just dropping on the Detroit fans. You might want to put a paper bag on your head ahead of time just to protect your hair if you get it did beforehand. You've been warned.
Are you going to the game, Kay? You going to fly over for the game? Little Ford Field?
You know, I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to. But does anybody want to contribute to the GoFundMe?
Yeah, go
All we
fund,
need to do is
me
get
home.
too much money on this podcast.
go fund yourself.
Welcome to Sweat Socks and All That Sauce with Justin, Kay, and Todd, where no sport is off limits. Neither is any insult. That was, ow, that hurt my heart.
I told you I was going to be in a foul mood today.
Yeah, no shit. This week we're debating something that seems to be... This week we're debating something that seems to be, like, constantly debated about, and yet not one single person is brave enough to make the move that apparently everybody wants to make. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Before we get into the debate, Todd, do you have any of the latest sports news for us?
I grabbed two little tidbits that I thought you both, so I'll let you kind of pick. First, last weekend, hundreds of competitors and fans gathered in Frankfurt for Germany's first ever hobby horsing championship. This goes back to our Quidditch episode. Is it a sport? Okay. Athletes competed in time jumping, style jumping, dressage on their wooden stick horse. Hobby horsing enthusiasts are quick to point out the sport is growing, and that, just like in other sports, hobby horse riders need athleticism, strong core muscles, and stamina to succeed.
If you live in a home and you don't have children and you have a stick horse, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Noah has a hobby horse, but I gotta say, I rode that thing quite a few times.
Okay, please, you're setting up such low-hanging fruit. I'm not going to go there, but
I realized as it was coming out of my mouth.
oh God, will you please stop? I can't. I just can't.
She is lobbing softballs.
I've been drinking
You get
today.
frothing, foaming at the mouth, and it's not the stick horse. It's the actual mouth breather who is riding it and quote-unquote participating in a sport. Are you fucking kidding me? What an embarrassment. Germany, this might be the most embarrassing thing you've ever done. And I know your history quite well. So.
Well,
Do you think if they added the level of having one of those big beer steins and you have to keep that like full and then ride around and see whoever's is like
the
the
Olympic
fullest?
sport, but what they're doing is they're calling riding a stick horse a sport. And I understand that they had to, they have to jump over gates or they have to, I don't know, what do they do? Do they do like dancing, horse dancing, equestrian?
dressage,
Yeah, that's the name for it. Thank you, dressage.
Yeah.
I always thought it was dressage. It would make more sense.
If you guys want to compare Quidditch to hobby horse.
Yes, neither are an actual sport. The horse one is even lamer. There's not even a ball involved. There's no ball involved.
No, but we can make it cool. And I'm telling you, we've created it. And you get a big beer stein, they fill it up to the brim, and you have to do the little course. And then the person that has the most beer in their big beer stein at the end, they win.
I think you should have to chug a beer, one of the big ones.
Yes.
Take a lap on the hobby horse, chug another beer, and you have to keep going until you fall off your steed. And then the person who stays on the longest and does the most laps wins.
Well, they're going to have the best wooden stick horses, Justin, because, hey, German engineering.
Ooh, you're not wrong about that. And also fine woodworkers, the Germans. We're
What's
gonna
the other
made
one?
in Taiwan piece of shit plastic horse. They're just gonna
Right?
mock and ridicule us.
All right, and then this is something that when our betting episode, I think it was you bet your boobs or whatever it was, episode, we kind of touched on this a little bit, but according to a new survey of NFL fans, the league's most annoying player, not necessarily hated, but the player that is, I'll go in ascending order. Or would you like to throw out your guess? Throw out your guesses. Who you think is, according to fans, who the league's most annoying player is? Before I review.
Well, I'm not like you guys. I can't like remember everybody's names. So
These
this
are
is
all
left to
pretty much
Justin.
household names, Kay.
I can tell you right now who the top 3 are, Todd. I
think you have an inside track, but go ahead, Jay.
No. Because I just know.
Okay.
Like, hey, somewhere in there, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes have to be like in there because they're annoying as shit. And then Aaron Rodgers, the biggest douchebag in the history of football, he's got to be the most annoying.
I've got 5 on the list. You've already nailed 3 of them.
Nice.
3 for 3.
What, there's one guy that I saw, and everybody's giving him shit because he's like, I don't have a team behind me. How am I supposed to do this and that and the other if nobody's passing me the ball? And it's kind of like who's the Raiders player that was doing that in the last season of wide receiver?
Devontae?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was doing it as well.
Yeah,
he was like,
Adams.
and I'm just like, you sound awful.
You know why? Because he played with Aaron Rodgers. He learned from the best on how to be an annoying, whiny piece of shit.
Ugh, that was also, he went down in my estimations. Right, who are the other ones, Todd?
In ascending order, according to the fan poll, number 5 was Dak Prescott, Dallas quarterback. Number 4, Justin, you're right, Pat Mahomes. The one that hasn't been mentioned, number 3, was Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, I forget about him because he never plays.
Yeah. Number 2 was Taylor Swift's boyfriend, and number 1 was Aaron Rodgers. I know no love lost in these 2 compartments over here for Aaron Rodgers.
Worst quarterback in the history of the NFL. He'll go down in history as the worst. I'd rather have Brett Favre with Parkinson's playing for me than Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, fuck, dude. Too soon. God.
Oh, please. Don't feel bad for that redneck piece of shit. Oh, I embezzled millions of dollars in charities, but I got Parkinson's now, so feel bad for me.
All right, hey, Captain Karma here to kick your ass. Your boy, right. Tommy Kramer, 2-minute Tommy, just came out today and said he was diagnosed with it.
Oh, not Tommy.
Yep.
Oh.
See, you should have kept that bearded yap shut.
I didn't make my proclamation until after I heard this news. Damn it. Oh, I feel bad. Hey, wait. Tommy. So, absolutely. I'll tell you what. Nary a Red Lobster bar was safe when Tommy Kramer was playing for the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah, for whatever reason, there was a time, because I think it was by the practice facility, but like so many Vikings players got blasted at the Red Lobster. And then I think Tommy Kramer like drove his vehicle like into the Red Lobster one time on accident, which just adds to the reason why he's awesome.
My hero.
Yeah, that guy can tell a good story. I've interviewed him before. That guy, if you let him, he will not stop talking.
Didn't he play for Lions and Vikings?
I think he did have a stint with the Lions, but Kay wouldn't know.
I want to say.
Nope, I wouldn't know. But we should get him on and ask him about it.
I've got a connection. We might be able to make that happen.
Well done, Todd. Great news this week.
Thank you.
So our debate, participation trophies, are they a positive thing for kids or a negative thing for kids? Or is there some middle ground that we're missing?
I think our first knee-jerk reaction was like, bullshit. But I thought about it more, and I kind of came up with an alt take on it. And it really is kind of where I emanate from. I would never keep a participation trophy for a super long time on a winless football team. I guess because I was a terrible athlete and didn't play, past junior high school, I'm not opposed to a kid getting something that says, hey, you showed up, you went to practice, I'm not opposed to it. What I am opposed to, though, is I think it's more about the parents foisting some sort of like the people that put my son's an honor student at such and such middle school. Like, really?
On their front lawns.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Like, no, I hopefully am raising my child up to have enough self-esteem that I don't have to proclaim his minor scholastic fucking achievement on my bumper.
An honor student, that is kind of a nice thing. I stand by the none of my kids are going to get a high school graduation party because graduating high school is the basic fucking minimum. You don't graduate high school. It's not that we're not, we're not going to party if you get one, but I will throw your ass to the curb if you don't graduate high school.
This is the problem. Parents are throwing graduation parties for kindergartners, putting them in limousines and taking them to Chuck E. fucking Cheese for kindergarten. Graduating high school is not difficult at all.
I tried so little. I did not try at all. And I can't tell you how many times I showed up to class, possibly not all there, if you know what I'm saying. And I graduated, it wasn't even close. Like, I could have done so much worse. I got into college, for God's sake.
I cried when Noah graduated from nursery school, from daycare.
There was ceremony. Was it beautiful?
Yeah, there was a little ceremony. They made their own little hats.
And
they got their own little diploma.
the mortar, and did they play the pomp and circumstance?
Oh my God, I was like,
oh.
They grew up so fast.
Yes.
Grew up so fast.
Did you go home and ask your husband what he got you to maybe was there a tennis bracelet?
I think we took out tennis bracelets. I think we took them out to dinner as well. I do think we invited the neighbors out. It was small, and last minute, but we took the neighbors and the grandparents out for dinner for Noah's daycare graduation.
Right. How do you not graduate from daycare? The only way is your parents didn't pay your bill. Get out. To your point, Todd, the reason that these parents are doing this shit with their worthless kids is because they were the participation trophy generation. They were coddled into this bullshit, and now they're fucking extending it to their kids, and it's just an embarrassment. Participation trophies are just the goddamn worst.
Coddled was the first word I wrote down. Narcissism was the second one I wrote down. Then the third one.
How is it narcissistic? That's, I feel like, going a bit far.
I'm saying from the parents' perspective, not from the child's perspective. Like the parents are like,
I thought you were saying it was instilling narcissism into children by giving them participation trophies.
Absolutely.
How?
I'll tell you how. Because it's all about me. Oh look, we got last place, but I got a trophy. It's somehow you're giving kids fake self-worth. And it's narcissism for no reason. There's one thing, you know what? It's okay. It's okay to be a narcissist if you're fucking awesome. But if you just got a fucking green ribbon because you showed up, you be the worst kid on the team. You got last place. You were rewarded for that. You're instilling ego and narcissism in kids that really, they should probably start, learn how to fucking pick up themselves up by the bootstraps or dig a ditch.
I think the opposite. I think it teaches kids to be proud of everyone in the game, no matter what. And that's what nobody likes a sore loser, do they? So you can't be a sore loser and be all pissed off that you lost either.
So this is how we prevent sore losers, is we just give everybody a trophy and say, it's okay that you didn't win. At least you...
No, I think just as you get older, then you learn that you just, it's just a nicer way to be. It just teaches you nicer ways.
Nicer ways are not what sports are about. The whole...
You're learning to respect a loss, if that makes sense.
I don't respect a
You're showing a gentler side to losing. It doesn't have to be all fucking guns a-blazing, we fucking lost. You've seen those parents on the sidelines.
I'm never going to be upset with, my kids if they lose a game. If they gave it their all, you know what? You tried. You busted your ass. It's just,
Right. And so those are words of encouragement. How is that any different than giving them a fucking little trophy that says, great job?
Oh, look it. You drug your ass through this. You half-assed it today, and this team that shouldn't have beat you just kicked the shit out of you because they wanted it more. Here's the trophy. Fuck that. No. You know what you do? We're going to go back tomorrow at practice. You're going to run twice as much. We're going to teach you what it means. You practice like you play. You play like you practice. So now we're going to bust your ass. You're going to get out there and you try your hardest next week. And then if I'm convinced that you tried your damnedest and you didn't win, that's all right, because that's the important part, is the kids need to learn, you give it your all. You leave nothing left in the tank. I got a whole fucking, like, my parents have a whole closet full of participation ribbons and trophies because, like, that was my age. That's where, like, all of a sudden everybody started getting one of these. And I'll tell you what, it's probably the reason I ended up where I am today. I was going to do great things. I was on like this, smart, pretty good at sport ball, not completely unpopular. And but then I think I just, I got a trophy. So I guess I'm doing good enough. I got a green ribbon, so I guess I'm doing fine. And you know what? Next thing you know, I'm doing a fucking podcast. You do chocolate.
Justin,
So.
I think you're on the very back end of Gen X, and I think I'm on the very front end of Gen X. And somewhere in that 10, year, 20-year cycle, the child worship has become a thing. And I told you in the last cast, I hate if you can dream it, you can be it. That's fucking bullshit, man. I wanted to be a point guard for the Seattle Supersonics. 5'11" white guys do not play in the NBA. I dreamt it so hard and so fervently. It's not true. It's not possible.
Wasn't one of your favorite movies Rudy?
Yeah.
And wasn't one of your favorite yeah, well, isn't that like the exact plot of what you've just said?
Yeah, and he's the one guy out of 7 billion people that have,
If you dream it, you can do it. And that's one of your favorite films.
He didn't just dream it. He worked his ass off every single day and also was super annoying and just kept pestering down until finally it was a blowout. And they finally, here, you can get in for a play. Just give the midget just one play so he'll shut the fuck up. But persistence.
Persistence is key. There's always honorable mentions at at award ceremonies and stuff like that as well. So that's kind of a participation trophy. Or are we against honorable mentions as well?
No, if it was honorable and it's worth mentioning, like, oh, you didn't quite get there, but you were really close. You're 4th place. We'll give you the honorable mention, which, by the way, mention. That's all you get. We acknowledge you were here and you did pretty good. No fucking trophy, no fucking ribbon, no fucking trip to Disneyland, no Dairy Queen, and that's for sure.
So you really don't think that it gives any sort of positive motivation or
and just it's
it doesn't encourage kids to be physically active, to continue to be physically active. You don't think so? You don't think it brings any sort of positivity whatsoever?
No. It just teaches kids that just show up and you'll get something.
I don't think so.
If you show up and you provide maximum effort, you will be rewarded. If not, just with the satisfaction that you left it all out there on the field. If you're just handed a trophy no matter what, then you're just going to show up and just pick up your trophy, which means, by the way, means nothing.
Is it reality avoidance?
Yes. Damn right.
Risk
I
avoidance?
avoid reality all the time.
Yeah, but they're too young to drink or do drugs.
Maybe it's because I had all those participation trophies, and that's why I'm avoiding reality
It
all
leads
the
to
time.
alcoholism. There you go. We just proved that right here, right now.
What is a participation trophy that you would allow? Like sex? Well done. Here's your participation.
There are participation trophies for that. They're called STDs, but I don't know.
STDs and babies.
And babies. That is, yeah.
Hey, you know what? I think if you knock them up and get an STD, is that like silver medal?
Ooh,
If you knock them up, STD, and you both blew your, you know what? Then I believe that's how you make it to the top.
platinum, baby. Platinum.
No, I think platinum's when you get to finish in their butts so that you don't have to make the baby. You've convinced them to
I was
go
like,
that.
there's no way this topic is going to get into dirty land. And here we are.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. What else would you give a participation trophy for?
I was a weekend warrior at the county lockup. And I
What's that?
I did not.
What's that?
Hey, I did not drop the soap. I'll just put it that way. And I made it, man. I made it in and out. I didn't eat for 48 hours.
Well, that saves you from having to use that communal toilet.
Wait, are you saying you went to prison?
Jail.
You went to jail?
Just
Prison.
I went to jail for 48
You went to
hours.
prison. You went to jail for 48 hours. And you want a participation trophy for that?
Only because I'm alive, motherfucker. That's what I am, man.
And STD free.
Yes.
That we know of.
And I can still poop spaghetti.
Oh my God. Did they yell at anybody who tried to use the toilet because they were making wine in there?
So Todd's participation trophy, I like this, are participation trophies in life. So Todd's is surviving jail for 40 hours.
Right.
And coming out, A, alive, B,
Unscathed.
everything intact. Unscathed.
Yes. Yes.
And apparently all he had to do was befriend the white supremacists that were in the jail with him to protect
I found
him.
the biggest white mother humper I could and gave him all my food, man. I learned that I learned what currency is in jail real fast, man.
Todd, where's your jail tattoo? Do you have one somewhere?
No, 48 hours was, luckily, like I said, weekend warrior, man. So
If I'm even just in the county lockup for like a couple hours, I'm like, who inks around here? I want the prison tattoo. I can tell people. You got a teardrop? Yeah. I mean, I was crying. I didn't ink it. I didn't actually like kill anybody or know anybody who died. I was actually weeping.
You're going to go full on Charles Manson and you're going to get that swastika right in the middle of your forehead.
That's if I'm there for the weekend. I'm talking about just a couple hours.
Justin, what would your participation trophy in life be?
Okay, I got two. One would be the time when I proved to everybody that, in fact, your tongue will stick to the flagpole if you touch it to it in freezing cold Minnesota winter weather. Thank you. I was that fucking idiot. That's where you get a participation trophy for being a fucking idiot. Two, the time that I was able to, there was nobody else playing, so I was competing against myself, and I had no PR at the time, but it was 14 kernels of corn I was able to fit in my belly button. We were at the Old Country Buffet, and I was curious to see how many. The answer was 14. It's like a cavern. So, that's it.
That's disgusting.
it's gross.
I didn't eat it. I don't think. I don't remember. I might have.
All right, so Kay, what do you think? Normal life should have a participation trophy. God, we have employee of the month gets the parking spot and bullshit like that. What do you think?
I know. I don't know. I mean, I can't say it's a participation trophy. The thing that I'm proud of is the fact that I graduated high school without getting pregnant, and I graduated college without getting pregnant. That's not really a participation trophy worthy thing, though.
Oh, I don't know.
I'd
say that's pretty impressive.
And no STDs as well. So I'm doing pretty goddamn good, I'd say.
That's the most shocking of all.
Thundercats, ho!
Thundercats, ho. How would that equate to a participation trophy?
Maybe you've come up with the newest thing, Kay. Justin's always the one coming up with these ridiculously crazy, awesome ideas, but maybe we need to give avoidance trophies hey, congrats, man. My mom gave me $100 when I graduated high school because I didn't smoke cigarettes. I avoided smoking cigarettes.
There you go.
Oh, here
know
we
what I
go.
mean?
Here's another side debate we can have. How do you feel about parents who pay their kids for A's that they get?
As a kid who grew up getting A's, lots of A's, and then all his friends around him were getting paid for that shit because they weren't getting A's constantly. I had a brother who was not good in school, and then if he had a decent report card, next thing you know, we're going out to the restaurant of his choosing, and we're celebrating.
And hopefully we'll see Tommy Kramer.
Yeah, right. And then my dad gets drunk with Tommy Kramer at the Red Lobster, and then they drive his vehicle on the side of the building, and then they fucking leave him to court the next day because he's hungover. It happened kind of like that. But no, I think one time, I got a B, and I was grounded. Are you kidding me? What is this bullshit? And then my dad said, "Oh, are they? That's nice. They're paying them. I'm paying you as well. You see that roof over your head? You see that food in front of you? Yeah, you're supposed to get A's." I was like, "Oh."
Well, they knew your potential and you weren't living up to it by getting a B.
Thanks, Kay.
You're welcome. What was the question?
What?
Oh, the parents paying their kids for grades.
Well, that was her question.
Yes, that's it. Oh,
Yeah.
that was my question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it, Todd? Did you do that to your kid? Did you pay your kid for A's?
My parents didn't. I'm a lot like J-Man Choi. I remember the first C I got wasn't until my junior year. And I was taking AP everything. And then I'd see numbnuts, with honor roll. And I'm like, yeah, you're in choir and wood shop. And I'm taking advanced placement English and chemistry and algebra 3. And I was like, this is some bullshit. So I kind of stopped trying. I knew I could not pass a class for the next 2 years. And I'm still getting the good enough diploma, the GED equivalent. I was like, this is stupid.
I wasn't like either of you. I was not naturally gifted with smarts, and I had to work hard for my grades, but I still did not get paid for any of my hard-earned A's, and there were not many of them. I can tell you that much. I was very much a BC student.
I one time still remember I brought home a straight A report card, but I had gotten into a fight at school. And this is like elementary school. And by the way, I did not start the fight. The fight was brought upon me. I did not want to participate in it. And it ended up being more than one person against me. And afterwards I got home and all I heard about was why and what was I thinking getting into a fight. Forget the report card sitting on the table. You know what? This is getting into be like a therapy session for me. We should move past this.
So, participation trophies in life. Todd, I think we should brainstorm some of these, and I think we should bring them to next week because I'm very intrigued as to what you guys will come up with. Although, Todd, I think you're kind of winning with this whole surviving jail for you should have really gone hard. You should have gone hard, and you should have said you survived prison and really elaborated on this story. But it's fine. We'll take jail.
But I want to come up with more. Okay, I like the road you started heading down was like instead of participation trophies, like maybe there are like avoidance trophies. Like it is an accomplishment. You avoided, and you already listed some of the things that you avoided. Like maybe it's like, hey, I made it through to the other side, by God, and now you know what I mean? Like avoidance trophies.
This is turning into a game of never have I ever. Basically is what is happening, Todd. And that's it. That's all I've got.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's never have I ever, but you hand out trophies at the end.
But you accomplished it.
Whoever has
or you didn't accomplish it, I guess. How's that work?
This is all so backwards. Can we do a quick game of Never Have I Ever before we leave?
I don't know what that is.
You don't want to save that for the next episode?
It's like spin the bottle.
We're just gonna do 3 fingers.
Okay,
Right.
I'm all right. Okay, here we go.
Okay, who's starting? Todd. He's been to prison. Prison. I keep saying prison. He's been to jail. I'm gonna tell people John's been to prison.
So do I leave a finger up or take it down?
You put a finger down.
Okay.
You got to say something you haven't done. And if him or I have done it, then we have to put it down.
Oh, I got you.
Wait, so he hasn't done it, but
no, put your finger up. You need 3 up. There you go.
This is very confusing.
Okay.
No, it's not that confusing. Say something you have not done. You're trying to get us out.
I got you. Well, you guys start, and then I can foment something.
Okay. Never have I ever been to jail.
Take down.
Oh, I got both of them. Shh, it's a secret, I think. I hope Justin's mom's not listening.
Oh, I got one. I got one for
Justin.
you, mother humpers. Never have I ever smoked weed.
Why does that surprise me?
Who's got one finger up, mother humper?
Justin sure as hell does.
Never have I ever eaten a man's butthole out. Put your fingers down. Now I know you've been lying.
Never. No, thank you.
No,
and I also
salad. That's love. That's love.
I don't understand the whole eating butthole.
That's because
thing.
you've never tried
I
it,
don't
Kay. If you're looking to spice things up, and especially if they don't know what's coming, trust me, you can put a smile on that man's face.
You can toss salad with a little chloroform.
send us out, as always, each week, Justin gives us his wise words of wisdom.
It's a participation trophy of sorts, an epiphany that I had. Well, I just like when I've got 3 kids and they all like shit differently. I mean, it's even like if I can get them to agree on a food that they all like it fucking differently. And some of us, me, like just doesn't deal with it. Other people who parent them will try to accommodate them. I mean, down to I like mac and cheese. I like spiral mac and cheese. I like my spiral mac and cheese runny. No fucking kidding me.
Oh my
And some people
God.
try to accommodate this shit. So anyway, and then there's pizza. They can all agree on cheese pizza, but one of them likes really thick crust, and another one likes a little bit thinner crust. And so I found like the happy medium, which is, thank God, is the $10 Costco pizza. Is that's just like everybody seems to get along with that one. So I bring home a Costco pizza. I am a superhero, right? My children are all happy. They're all eating. I look at my youngest daughter's plate. I'm like, hey, you gotta, before you take another piece, you gotta eat that crust. I don't like the crust. I'm like, I got this crust because you have to, this is the only fucking crust you'll eat. I didn't say fucking. I said goddamn fucking crust you'll eat. And at that point, she says, but I don't like the crust. I want more of the good stuff. And that's when I realized it hit me. This is a perfect teaching experience for my daughter. Life is mostly the crust. You gotta eat it. You don't want to, but it's part of it. And yes, you get to enjoy a slice of the good life, that happy, cheesy inner, it's so great. But to do that, you gotta eat a shit ton of crust to enjoy the small piece of cheesy pizza. I'm full. Yeah, no shit. You're full. Eat the crust. Go to work. Pay your bills. Do your laundry. Mow the fucking lawn. Then hopefully you get a hand job and a beer at some point.
It's the American dream. Dude.
But I have a question.
Yes.
Did you just say that you hope your daughter gets a hand job at some point?
No,
'Cause I'm pretty sure that's what you
each
just
their
said.
own. Whatever they want. I was thinking of Todd. If it's me, I'm like some fentanyl and toss my salad. Whatever. But again, it's whatever it is that brings you happiness.
Don't hurt, do no harm, and then whatever floats your boat.
Thanks for joining Sweat Socks and All That Sauce with Justin.
Thank you for
Kent and Todd. You can
participating,
watch the
and
And
You can watch the show on YouTube. Follow us on socials at Sweat Socks Pod. And if you want to chime in, you can email us at sweatsockspodcast@gmail.com. Till next time.
stay sweaty.
so cute.
Sweat Socks and All That Sauce is hosted by Todd Lyons, Kay White, and Justin Michaels.
Our theme song made by Pat Leonards.
And the album artwork is by Mike Willis.